Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm the host of Best of Us in Retirement. My channel's all about retirement. Most of it you're going to find has to do with the financial ends of retirement because I'm a retired financial advisor. But I think the other thing, having been retired since 2005, I think I've really figured it out. I participate in the Senior Olympics. I support the St. Vincent's race against cancer for children. I'm a retired CFP, CHFC, and CLU. I write books, I paint, I do a lot of things, and I think I figured retirement out, and I want to share that with you. One of the things that I like to talk a lot about is maintaining your health. And to that end, just 2 days ago, I had cataract surgery. And I want to share that experience with you and share with you what I've learned is going out about it because I think it's important. From what I read, those of us who make it to 80 years of age, I'm at 77 right now. 50% of us will have cataract surgery done. So it's important. And I suspect at least half of those that don't get it done should have it done, but for financial reasons or whatever, they don't get it done. So I wanted to share my experience with you. Well, I think the first thing that you need to know or you need to have in mind is which eye are you going to have it done on. It's real important when you go to your operation, your surgery, you know which eye it's going to be done because they're going to ask you. Now the doctor should remember, but don't leave it to the doctor. There's usually what you find in cataract surgery is one eye is worse than the other. And as I went through the process, my doctor made real effort and in running tests on me to find out which was my dominant eye, which was the eye that I had the best vision out of, and which was the worst, and what were the composures of that best and worst. In other words, could I see up close, or could I see at a distance? Or where was the breakdown? For me, where I really noticed it was on the TV. We have about a 56-inch screen TV, and when Netflix would come on, I used to be able to read what the movie was about. But I noticed over the last 6 months, I couldn't. I would have to get up and walk closer to the TV in order to read that. I also noticed when I was driving, there was a bit of a fog around everything. So other than that, I wasn't having any trouble seeing. And so I was a little reluctant to do it, but I went anyway. And I'm glad I did. Process is, as I say, they do one eye at a time. And then, if need be, do the second eye 2 weeks later. Or from what I'm reading, they can do it bilateral, and that is to do both eyes at a time. From my experience, I don't think I would want that. As I had it done, I experienced some pain. And now it wasn't severe pain. It was more like, when you get an eyelash in your eye and it strikes you like not a bolt of lightning, but a slap on the face. So I wouldn't want that to happening in both eyes. In fact, I found myself at some times actually holding that eye shut to just kind of give it a rest. Because what you need to know is they're going in and they're taking your cornea out and they're going to replace it with a lens. Now, what I've also realized is my cornea, when it was functioning well, it had autofocus, much as my camera right here has autofocus. It looks at me. If I move back or I move forward, it automatically focuses on me as I move. And your cornea has that. Your new lens won't. It will be more like a prescription glasses. You will decide which and what you want. The other thing that you need to know is the health of your eye. 20% of the people over 65 have dry eye. I don't happen to have dry eye. Nita does. It affects the measurements that your doctor is going to do on your eyes, and make sometimes the end result not as good as without dry eye. I don't suffer dry eye, so I think my outcome is going to be quite good. The other thing they suggest is that you clean your eyes. You take care of your eyes. I like to, when I take a shower in the morning, I like to take and move water around my eyes. Sometimes I'll heat a washcloth and put it on my eyes to help get all that gunk out. From what I read, what happens is you have bacteria that lives on your eyelid and in your eyelashes, and those bacteria feed off of whatever is in your eyes, and then they poop. And that poop is what actually can cause you some dirty eyes. So make a real effort to keep your eyes clean. I can remember when I was a kid, you would see little kids with all kinds of goop in their eyes, and nobody ever took it out. I think most people take good care and clean their eyes. Otherwise, you can get some diseases that you got to have to do. Then I think the next important thing, and my doctor was very good about this, is we spent probably 20 minutes discussing exactly what I wanted when I got done. Again, as I shared, these things don't autofocus. They are permanent. So you have to let her know if or him or her, my doctor happened to be female, if you do a lot of reading and that's what you spend your eyes doing on a day-to-day basis, well, then you probably want that close-up vision and are willing to give up the distance vision where then you might be wearing glasses. So my emphasis was I can read off of my cell phone with my normal eyes. I wanted to be able to do that. When I read the Wall Street Journal, I don't mind wearing glasses. In fact, I do. When I drive, I don't wear glasses. So that's what I was aiming for. I want that middle area. And that's where I want it to be well. Now, she offered me either the close-up or the distance or a bifocal. And I had tried that once with contact lenses, and I did not like it. And so I said, no, I don't want that. And she said, well, that's probably a good choice that you don't get it then, because it costs an extra $3,000 above and beyond what your Medicare is going to pay for. And I'll get to what Medicare pays for in just a second. So that was a $3,000 markup. Now, I'd be okay with it if I wanted it, but I didn't want that. That's where, as I understood it, the outside of the lens gives you distance. No, the outside of the lens gives you close vision. So when you look down to read, you're looking through that bifocal on the bottom. And when you're looking forward, you're looking through the lens in the center. But I took the medium reads. It's just been 2 days. When I close my right eye and look through my left eye, I can see a focus difference. I can see some other difference, which we'll talk about too. So the other thing is know any other eye conditions that you have and convey them to your doctor, whether it be glaucoma, high pressure, inflammation, retina problems, macular degeneration. And as I understand it, people with diabetes have some issues with their eyes as well. So that's the other thing you need to talk about. So let's now talk about the results. But first of all, let me show you how it kind of went.
You can see she marked the left eye. X marks the spot so that we get the right eye done. And we're moving forward. Said I'll be home for lunch. The surgery went well. As you can see, I'm got kind of a look of a modern day pirate with a eye patch or a eye shield. I guess I gotta wear this through when I go to bed at night, so that I don't rub it and scratch it. Feel a little loopy. But I would say overall my cataract surgery was successful. We'll find out how it affects my eyesight as we move forward.
Hey, let's talk about cost. Basically, what I was able to read that Medicare pays for 80% of this. Now, my doctor didn't say that. She basically said, you will pay the copay. I later learned the copay was $250. I felt that was a good deal. As I read, it tells me that the normal cost of this operation is about $3,400. Well, if that was 80%, if the 80% rule talked to me or applied to me, that meant my doctor was charging $1,250 for it. Do I think that's a fair price? I certainly do. There were a lot of people involved. You had an anesthesiologist, you had a prep nurse, you had two other people in there assisting the doctor. It went very smooth. What they did was intravenously give me some anesthesia and basically didn't put me to sleep because I literally was aware of them working on my eye. I could see light and I could see flashes and I could see dark, but at the same time, I had no pain as they were doing it, and it just seemed like two bright little lights that they were moving around in there, and they wheeled me out, and I was a little groggy for a while, but then got up, walked out, and got in the car and went on. So it was okay. Now, what are then the effects? I had some issues with on the pain scale. I would put it a 2. Okay, just some uncomfortableness. The first day, my computer was just too bright for my eyes, so I did the computer like this. I wished I'd had a pirate's patch, but I didn't. The other issue was then as the day went on, I started feeling some pain. So what I did, we had just the Saturday before gotten some CBD oil. I put a drop of it under my tongue, and I swear within 15 minutes, all the pain was gone. And I've done that twice since then. Once later in that same day, and then once today, I did it as well. I took the pain issue. The difference that I see is I didn't know up until 2 days ago how white was. When I look through this eye as opposed to this eye, white has a probably a 5x multiple on this eye to this one. It's almost like, when you get fluorescent bulbs at the store or some light bulbs, you have the white light and then you have the mellow light. That's the difference between these two eyes right now. The other thing is that this eye has a fog and this one doesn't. This one has floaters, little things that move around in it. This one is clean. On the first day, I was asking myself, do you really want to go through this again? Do you want to take the time? Do you want to do this? Is it really worth the effort? 2 days later, yes. I will be anxious to have this one done as well because my eyesight is so much better. My outlook on the world is so much brighter that it is something I would recommend if you are having any like there. I just had a little bit of a strike of pain, and again, you think about that. They have gone in and they have taken out my natural cornea, and they have put in an artificial. And I'm going to ask my doctor, what is that made of? Is it plastic? Just what is it made of? And how does the body adapt to it? How does it adhere to it? Do you stitch it in? I don't know these things, but I'm going to find those out this next time. So that's my story relative to cataract surgery. And since 50% of you will have it done before you are 80, I hope I helped you. For the other 25% of you who reach 80 who don't have it done, I think you should. If you're doing it because you don't want to spend the money, you know, the world is much brighter than you think it is. At least that's what it looks like to me. So that was my experience. If this is the kind of thing that you want to share and you want to learn about, give it a like and give it a subscription. What I'm trying to do over on Best of Us Investors, I've built a community of people who want to share their knowledge and information about investing. That's what I'd like to do here. Right now, we're at about 2,000 subscribers. When we get up to about 10,000, I'm probably going to create a Discord where we can communicate back and forth with each other, either through typing and copy and paste type things, or we can have Zoom calls where this is not all about Kerry and his retirement. It's about all of us and our retirement, because this should really be the best half of our life. And we should make it a team sport where we don't just all go through retirement in our little world, but we work together to help each other have a better life. That's what Best of Us in Retirement, Best of Us in Retirement is all about. Join us, like us, subscribe, and I'll be talking to you again soon. I do about 3 videos a week, and just sharing my life in retirement. Talk to you again soon.
Said I.